Hey lovers, hey everybody, hey YouTube family. My name is Itumeleng Dipoko. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, thank you, thank you so much. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the support. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button somewhere there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, as you can see by the title of the video, today we are doing did I even think of a title yet? Yes, we are doing more of like a smaller nyana story time nyana. I hope it's gonna be better than the last one because I was all over the place, literally. So today I'm gonna be speaking to you guys about my first encounter with a grade 2 instructor. And hear me out. That was at the time I was like, it's fine. You know what? You can take your aviation career, you can take whatever that you want to take. I am done. Give me 0. I am done with flying. I am done with airplanes. I am done with everything that connects me to the aviation world. Literally. That's how I felt after that experience, that smiling experience I had, which is what I'm going to talk about. And if you do like the video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up. And yeah, so let's get into the story.
First impression, you OPN, we should be closer than friends.
So what happened is that when you get to school, when you start training, flying, most of the people think that you do your theory and then you do whatever you do and then you do your practicals. No. On my first day of school, I went into an airplane. And I must say, it was a very interesting experience. It wasn't my first time, but in a light aircraft, which is a smaller your Cessna 172s and your Pipers and things like that. It wasn't my first time in an aircraft that size, but it was my first time being being in full operation of it. So it was a bit nerve-wracking. It was a bit like, it was a lot. Like I was sweating as soon as I landed. I know my back sweats, but that day I was dripping. And bear in mind, it was like winter times. I think it was the end of May, no, beginning of June, somewhere there. So fine, I fly, and then you fly, they assign an instructor to you that's gonna train you and teach you all these different levels, and you know, they call them exercises. We call them exercises. So it's like you're stalling, you're descending, ascending, you know, things like that. So I get a different instructor. When I got there and did my first flight, it was a lady. So then as time went on, I got a different instructor. Usually our flights are like an hour, you know, around that time. So fine, as I'm training, I'm also, you know, attending briefings and things like that. It gets to a point where once you reach 10 hours of flying, it is compulsory for you to do a dual check at 10 hours. It's called a 10-hour dual check. So in which you are tested on how far you've come since you started flying. So you're not going to fly with the instructor that was teaching you. You're going to fly. It's like driving school when you go and test for your license. You don't get tested by the person that taught you how to drive, you know what I'm saying? So fine, the 10-hour dual check time comes. So I ask around, I'm like, no, how's this person that's gonna test me? Like, now I want to have like an idea of the person that's gonna be testing me and everything. So I'm asking around, and everybody's like, yo, yeah, no, he doesn't take nonsense. Like, like he's one person that you can't fool him, if I can put it that way. Yeah, now I get scared. Now I regret asking around. It was a black guy. It was a black guy. And then fine, I'm like, okay, sharp. Then I stopped asking because I just got tired of answers I got. Everybody was like, yo, he's scary, he's this, he's that, he's everything else. Okay. So my time comes for my 10-hour drill check. I think I was on 9 point something hours, somewhere there, when I was doing my 10-hour drill check. It's like an exam, guys. Like literally, it's an exam. It's like a flying exam because you've learned for the past 9 hours. You've learned certain things. Now's the time to see if you've actually understood what you learned or you know what you learned. If you can go I get to school like I think 45 minutes before my flight. Okay, now I'm like, hi, and then he's like, he comes in from a flight. He was flying with somebody. He's like, have you done your mass and balance? Ingi? Yeah, I know what a mass and balance is, but I was supposed to do it? What? Okay, fine. I'm like, no, I haven't. So also remembering that with the instructor that I had, he was very, like, actually now I think about it, I hated him for it. He was very like helpful to a point where he'd do things for you. So I got comfortable, and I also wasn't fully aware of the fact that these are the things that you're supposed to know. I was supposed to also do my research, but then I think also he was supposed to be a bit more stern, but I guess people are different. Fine, because I'm used to having the mass and balance printed out by the reception or things like that. And when he taught me how to do it like once before I flew for my 10-hour check, I think he realized that I'm gonna need to have it or to be able to do it. But he was like just scanning through it and he was writing it for me. So you see, it didn't make any sense. And then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And then I take my mass and balance sheet from where it chills, like where la sizitola khona ke, the papers, and then now I'm starting to do my mass and balance, and then I'm like, this thing doesn't make any sense. Like, what are these? Literally. And then I'm like, okay, then I hlanganisa one and one together, but it's still not hlanganing. It's going, in opposite directions. Then fine, I attempt to do the mass and balance. It's just one sheet, guys. It's just literally one piece of paper with a graph on it, and you just have to balance things out, write numbers that you get from the aircraft booklet, things like that. I didn't even know where to get the numbers. I didn't know where to get the weight of the aircraft. I didn't know certain things. And okay, fine. That time passes. And then he checks it. He's like, what's this? What's happening? Now I can't even explain what I did. See, that was when my heart started pumping. I got more anxious with everything that was happening. My anxiety peaked, like it skyrocketed. And then he's like, no, this is how you do it. And then I tried to do it again, and then still it went sideways. I think also I got so scared that when he was explaining how to do it to me, my mind was just like, my mind was running. Like there were so many different things going on in my head that I couldn't even focus and listen to what he's saying. And then I tried again after he explains it to me, and then still it was sideways. And it was just like, you know what, can you please get the reception to print it out for us, and then just go to the hangar and do your pre-flight check, and we'll come back. I'll come and join you later. Okay, fine. I'm there now. I'm trying to calm myself down, which is so I remember everything that's got to do with flying. I walk to the aircraft, past the other hangars. I walk to the aircraft. I get there. I was supposed to jot down some things, and I did it. Fine. He used to do it for me, so I got comfortable. I didn't even want to see what he was doing because I got so comfortable, and I also thought that it was supposed to be like that. I didn't know we were supposed to, And then I do my walk around the aircraft, so which means you check your aircraft, the wings, if you have fuel, you check if every bolt is there, your flaps, you check your everything. Literally, you check everything. Your landing gear, which is the tire in the front, you check your landing gear, you check your propeller, something that spins in the front of the aircraft. You check literally everything. And then he comes back, he's like, oh, he comes eventually. He's like, so how much fuel do we have? I'm like, oh no, it's full. Cause you know what your girl did? She went and she stuck her finger in the fuel tank and saw that there was fuel. I was like, okay, fine, there's fuel. Let's move on. Cause that's what I was told to do by my instructor. I'm like, yeah, the tanks are full. He's like, so how much fuel do you have? I don't know. I don't know. And he's like, so did you use your stick, your fuel? It's like this little rod or stick where they measure fuel with, and it's got like little lines, like every 5, you know, every 5, I think it's centimeters, it's a certain amount of fuel. How? Your girl didn't. I've never seen it in my life. Literally, I have never seen that stick ever in my life, and it was in my flight bag. And then he goes up and he checks it. He's like, so this is here, how much fuel do you have? I can't even read it also. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm scared, but I'm trying to act so calm, but it's so hard to do that. And then he's like, how much oil do you have? Your girl don't know. Because why? The good sir used to do all these things for me. And then he checks the oil, fine. And then he's like, okay, let's get going, let's get started. He's like, okay, do your starting checks. Your pre-start checks. Okay, I scan through them. I'm like, okay, the ones I know. Do your starting checks. Do your starting checks. I don't know them. And then he looks at the watch. Now I'm trying to remember, or try to at least guess how we do our starting checks. Niggas like. And then he's like, you're running out of time. I was like, yes. Now I'm gonna pee in my pants. Now I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this. Like, honestly, I can't take it anymore. Like, literally on the inside, I'm busy praying and I'm crying, but on the inside, like, my heart is heavy. I'm just like, you know what, guys? If this is what flying is, I don't want it. Cause he doesn't smile, he doesn't laugh, he doesn't, like, he's just the whole time. And then he's like, I won't make it for my next flight I guess this is me trying to figure out the checks, and he's just chilling, like, he's just quiet, like, steady chilling, unbothered gent. And he's like, no, I have a flight in the next however many minutes, and I won't make it, so I think we'll cancel the flight. And he got out the airplane and he left. I watched him walk away from the cockpit. My heart dropped. Literally, my heart dropped. And then for some time, I kept quiet in that cockpit. I was like, what is happening to me? This is not what I want. This is not the life I signed up for. And then I remembered a quote I read before. Somebody said that the cockpit's not a place to be weak. So I had to gather myself. So I stood up. And then I tied down the aircraft because he left. Now what must happen? I can't go alone. It's a drill check. I tied down the aircraft again, and then I put back things where they were. And then now I'm sort of fully walking back to the airport, to the school. I walk back to the airport, I go inside, and then he says I must come to his office. Oh. I thought I was getting fired, but I was like, you know what, it's fine. Let me get fired because I can't. I'm tired. Like, honestly, I'm tired. And I don't know why I felt like that. I think maybe it's because they don't prepare you enough for flight school. They don't tell you that things like these are going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they should spoon feed you or babysit you, but they don't tell you that 1, 2, 3 is going to happen like this, and this and this and this might go this way, but this is how we can fix it. You know what I'm saying? So fine, I go to the office, and then now he's explaining the mass imbalance even thoroughly. Now he's showing me how to do it. I'm like, he's not such a bad gent after all. You know what I'm saying? So he explains everything, and then he tells me where I must improve and whatnot. And my checks, that I must learn my checks even more, because I need that. I can't move to a different level if I still don't know my checks. And I acknowledged that, yes, I don't. And from that day, I hated my instructor, my actual instructor. I was like, this man was too calm with me. I think he was just too nice, honestly. But he had left, I think, when I was doing my geotech. He went back to fly for airlines. He was flying for Mango, if I'm not mistaken. So, but eventually, after I learned my lesson, he wrote in my tracking book or whatever what must happen and what happened, and 1 2 3 4 5. And then eventually I came down, I went home, and I was like, yo, and I called my friend. I was like, yo, I don't want it, like, take it back. Being a parent is not for me. And then it took some time for me to gather myself back and get to who I was, and I understand that these things are going to happen. Nothing is very simple in life. I can't just smooth sail through everything. You know what I'm saying? So I think it took me 3 weeks to go back into flying, and then I eventually did my dual check, but it was with a different instructor. And it went really well, actually, because I actually prepared and went and taught myself all of these things that apparently I was supposed to be taught by this instructor, and he didn't. And that was a story of, I think I've told some people of how that instructor fell asleep. Grade 2 instructor fell asleep during the flight. Ew. I was like, Chomi, why are you sleeping? Chomi to Kapela. Like, yo, he was out. Literally, he was gone. And then I came back and I told people what happened, and they were like, no, that just means that he actually does have, like, he trusts your flying skills. And trust me, that was a boost to my ego, or, that was a boost to how I was feeling. And I must say, I think it was supposed to happen the way it did, because maybe had it not, I wouldn't be feeling the way I do now. As much as I'm not flying and haven't been flying this year, I still think and believe. Sorry about that, guys. My phone rang, and this pillow is moving. And I forgot to put my phone on flight mode. I just realized now. I forgot to put on flight mode. So yeah. But I think what I was saying was that I actually do, had it not happened the way it did, I wouldn't be feeling the way I did. And not flying this year, I still feel the same way as I did the first time I went into an aircraft and somebody told me, you're a natural. It was so cute. I think it was the Xavier Open Day. But my heart is still here, literally, like, it fully is still there. And I've told myself that I am going to face challenges, I am going to face obstacles, and it's a part of growing, and it only teaches you to be better in what you do. So yeah, man, that is the story of how I thought my aviation career was ending. Like, was my aviation career really ending? But yeah, thank you so much for making it this far. Thank you so much for the support. And guys, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I actually did enjoy shooting it, literally. Like, I enjoyed shooting it. Like, I won't lie. Like, this was fun. And yeah, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you haven't subscribed, please go do that. And I'm looking forward to shooting even more videos for you guys. But wow. But I'll make things happen. I'll make things happen for you guys. And yeah, man, I love you all. Like, I literally do love you all. And seeing the views go up, it gives me a boost in your hungry. The girl is doing the things. And I really do sincerely hope that you guys are enjoying the video, but I think I'm rambling now. Thank you so much for watching, and do stay blessed, stay awesome, stay loving, stay safe, and remember to always be kind. Bye.